everybody. Welcome to the Rowe-Thrush Solution Selling Show. I'm James Thrush, and as you can see, I have John Shank with Milton Industries with me here today. Welcome, John. Welcome to the show again.
Thank you very much for having me. Very exciting.
Yeah, glad to have you back. This is a second time you've joined us and second time doing it in person with us, just like how we are today. So great way to be able to do it. First time doing this here in our new office too. So glad to have you here today. Real quick, why do we do this solution selling show? Well, we do this for the Grainger sales force every Friday at 2 o'clock Central Time. And we basically like to bring on a different supplier partner every week to interview them, asking them the types of questions that we feel a Grainger account manager would want to know. We also like to go over sometimes features and benefits of products, talk about new products, as we'll do a little bit here today, here in a few moments. But what's great too, we live stream this both on YouTube and LinkedIn. And why we like to do that is if you catch us while we're live, you can type in questions that you would have for the supplier being interviewed. That way you can be a part of the interview process as well. So if you're watching this in the future, keep up to date on our YouTube channel or on LinkedIn. Subscribe to our YouTube channel too. That way you know when we're going live and what suppliers, and that way you know if it's something that you want to engage with. So with that, though, John, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long have you been with Milton? What is it that you do there? And maybe a little bit about your background.
Sure. Thank you. My name is John Shank. Obviously, I have about 3 years under my belt with Milton Industries. I am overseeing the industrial channel here, and we've had a lot of success, a lot of growth, and a little bit about my history is, I spent 6 years as a manufacturer rep for an engine parts company. Sold everything from tensioners, pulleys, belts, and hydraulics. After that, I spent 3 years in the heavy-duty industrial lubrication industry, where I gained a lot of knowledge about different industries, different products, different manufacturing processes, and things like that. So it gave me a nice understanding and a well-rounded understanding of a lot of different industries. And like I said, I've been with Milton now for over 3 years, and it's been wonderful.
Awesome. So you know what it's like to be a rep like myself. So you know the highs and the lows. There's always going to be that yin and yang when it comes to any career choice. But you also have an automotive background too, which means you have a really good fit with Milton. Because Milton's products, are pretty much fleet and vehicle maintenance, type products. You get into a little bit of aviation as well, but for the most part, your products are vehicle maintenance, as well as some other brands that you guys have acquired. But I'm kind of jumping the gun here. I'm excited because myself personally, when I started out back in the late 90s as a mechanic, one of the very first tools I ever bought was a Milton tire inflator gauge. My boss took me onto the Snap-on truck, the Mack truck, Matco, whatever tool truck it was that came in that day. And he grabbed a Milton inflator gauge and said, "Here, you need to buy this. It's a little expensive, but it's the best you can buy, and it will last you a lifetime." And sure enough, that inflator gauge lasted me pretty much my entire career of 11 years as a mechanic. So really excited about your products. Was really excited when we started representing you many years ago now. So thank you for the introduction of yourself. I do have one other question that I like to ask everybody that comes on. Last year, the question of the year was, what is your favorite movie and why? And your favorite movie was The Outlaw Josie Wales. And this year's question, though, is what is your favorite band or album and why?
Wow, that's a tough one because I like a lot of different types of music. I like blues, rock, classic, even bluegrass and other things like that. Anything that's authentic, I enjoy. And so I would say, man, one of the best albums was, for me, when I started getting into classic rock and understanding who the true pioneers and legends was Jimi Hendrix' Kiss the Sky.
Nice. Good choice. First one to say Jimi Hendrix. That is one of my favorite classic rock musicians, we'll say, one of the best guitar players of all time. Somebody that actually, my son is playing guitar. He's taking lessons and all that. And I play Eddie Van Halen for him every now and then. I play Jimi Hendrix for him. I play Jimmy Page. I play a lot of those types of music where it is one of the best guitar players out there.
Setting the bar high
so that he can hear it and be like, wow, they're really good at what they're doing. Zakk Wylde, Black Label Society, Ozzy Osbourne's guitar player too. Phenomenal guitar players. And it's a good positive influence for him. So Jimi Hendrix, love it. With that, there was something I was thinking of too when you said that too, but I can't remember. Oh, blues. You mentioned blues too. I love the blues, and actually my wife, she got her and I tickets to Ravinia this year to go see Buddy Guy.
Oh, wow.
And really excited about that because I've never seen Buddy Guy before. And I've only been to a couple of blues clubs way back in the day. It's been a long time, but I love me some good blues. Right. The Doors are one of my favorite bands, definitely. And they got that bluesy rock, feel to them. So, very good. So good choice.
Very good.
Awesome. So why don't we get into Milton Industries? Tell us about who Milton Industries is, maybe a little bit of their history, and what is it that they manufacture, in case the people watching don't know.
Sure. Milton has been around for a long time, over 75 years. Milton is considered the gold standard in pneumatic products across the industry. They invented the M-style quick coupler and many other products, and continue to do the same. Milton is based in Chicago. That's where our warehouse is. That's where the majority of our products are assembled by American union workers. And we're very proud of that. And we're very proud of how we've been able to build the company over the years with a concerted effort and strategic acquisitions.
Awesome. Yeah. And the M-style coupler, whenever I worked in shops, every now and then I'd hear a hissing noise coming from the couplers and just be leaking air out, or you connect a tool up and it'd be leaking and all that. They were never Milton. But I remember seeing plenty of Milton couplers in various shops as well, and they never leaked. They always seemed to be very well built and last a long time. We always had a problem with the ones from Harbor Freight or whatever, the really cheap ones. So awesome, and the inventor of the M style too. So that's an industry standard pretty much when it comes to automotive. So awesome. So Milton has grown a lot in the last 2 to 3 years with acquisitions. Care to tell us a little bit about that and some of the companies that you guys have acquired, and we'll get into some of the products as well that are coming into Grainger here soon. But maybe just talk a little bit about what they have to offer.
Sure. In recent years, we've been on an acquisition tear, and it's been very strategic. And we've acquired several companies that fall right in line with the Milton brand and the Milton product quality. Z-Line, the main companies that we've acquired here are Z-Line, LTI Tools, Promax, and Steck Manufacturing. Z-Line is a lot of opportunity there, I think, that people may not be aware of. It's fluid handling, it's drum dollies, it's pumps, it's siphons, it's containment systems, but hose reels, oil and grease hose reels, things like that. I came from selling into heavy duty manufacturing facilities. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I learned with that is they use a large volume of solvents, metalworking fluids, lubricants, cutting oils, things of that such. So there's a lot of opportunity for the totes, the containment systems, the pumps, the dollies. These are tough environments. That stuff is breaking down all the time. They're always looking for, better, products in that segment, so a lot of opportunity there. And I want to make everyone aware of that. LTI.
Well, real quick,
Sure.
regarding Z-Line. So earlier this year, we did have Jonathan Cole on, and we talked about Z-Line. I'll actually, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll include a link to that video, right about now. That way you can click on that and watch our interview with Jonathan, I should say, and get more into detail about Z-Line and the products that they make. So yeah, go on.
Very good. I'm glad that's available. One of the things we'll get into is an LTI tools shocket set. We'll be demonstrating that, and ProMax as well is another one that's really nice tools, fleet maintenance repair tools that cut down on time for companies that repair their own equipment in their own fleets. Mm-hmm. It's really a big opportunity there, and we're excited to showcase what we have.
Yeah, that one. Back in the day when I was a mechanic, I remember Ford came out with their Triton V8s and their Triton V10s for the Excursions and some of their other bigger trucks. And they had some major issues with their exhaust manifolds, the bolts breaking off, and spark plugs breaking off, and just all sorts of issues with them. And luckily, I never had to do any of those repairs, but I know that the Ford dealership, Wickstrom Ford, that was right down the street from me, they were very, very busy. They could have probably used, maybe it was back then when they kind of started making these removal tools for broken studs and broken spark plugs and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool stuff there.
Very, very, very nice products. So we're excited. Stack manufacturing is also hand tools, automotive tools, lockout kits, things like that. We have a lot of products for a lot of different industries, and we want everyone to be aware of that. And I'm here to help anybody with questions, concerns, opportunities. That's what I'm here for. So excited to be here.
Excellent. And so while they've acquired a lot of new brands and manufacturers over the years, we're starting to get some of these newer products into Grainger's system. However, we're not able to get a lot of them in. So you could always go through Grainger sourcing, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later. But anything that you don't find in Grainger's system, you could always go through Grainger sourcing for, and hopefully your customers have access to that. So now on to the good stuff. So let's talk about some of these new products that are coming soon to Grainger, starting with a really cool tool. You guys actually learned about this from a truck driver who was frustrated with the brake lines and their air operated brakes. And in the winter months, they can freeze up and it can cause some issues. So real quick, I'll play the video first and then we'll show the kit. Okay. All right. So let's play this video.
Hi, I'm Bob Allen, here representing Milton Industries on the brake releaser. I'm the proud inventor of the brake releaser, the turbo de-icing system for freeing up frozen brakes on a tractor trailer. But what I want to talk about first is my inspiration on coming up with the invention. I was coming out of Indianapolis and I was in whiteout conditions and my trailer froze as I was driving it. I jackknifed, almost killing a state trooper. So let me show the traditional way of freeing up frozen brakes. This is how they used to do it. Take the alcohol, you take the emergency line off, and you try to pour de-icing fluid into the system through that little hole, but you got to keep this hose in an upright position to try to get as much de-icing fluid into the hose. The problem with that is when you hold it in this position, all the alcohol runs down your arm and on the ground. So then once you feel that you got enough in it, you reattach the emergency line. That's how it's usually done the traditional way. Okay, so this is going to be the process of freeing up past the valve. So you climb underneath the trailer, not forgetting your torch and your hammer because you're going to need it. You light the torch. And you heat up this valve that's underneath the torch right before the tank and the valve that's behind the tank to make sure that the ice crystals have melted. Well, after you do that, there's these slack adjusters on the air chamber. You tap those. There's one on each wheel, and then you hit the brake shoe to see if the brake shoe has released itself from the drum. There's two versions. There's a 45 version and a straight version. The straight version is for trailers, dump trucks, chassis, and the 45 version is for dry vans and reefers. That's why there's two different versions. Now let me show you how it attaches. You take the emergency line off the trailer. You attach the brake releaser, putting it in that level position. You reattach the emergency line. Take off the cap and you put in 6 to 8 ounces of de-icing fluid. Then you open this valve, you put it in, you put the cap back on, you go to the front of the tractor to keep yourself out of harm's way. You go to the front of the tractor and you hit the red emergency line. So when you get to the front, you hit the red emergency line, you're going to bring pressure to this valve. You're going to open this valve and you're going to hear a honking sound. Once you deliver the icing fluid to the back of the trailer, you'll hear it. It's that quick. How safe and simple is that? All that stuff you did in the back of the trailer, all that goes away. Now there's a pressure relief valve underneath here that will either blow off or you pull it off in order to get the cap off, because you know when a cap's under pressure you can't take it off unless you take the pressure off. So there's a pressure relief valve there to administer more de-icing fluid. Now the brake releaser is a device, it's a temporary device.
All right, well, we're not going to watch the entire video, just wanted to give you a good understanding of what the tool is used for and his story behind the creation of it too. So with that though, we have a kit here. I'm going to switch cameras now. That way you guys can all see it a little bit better. So, so John, you could go ahead and open it up. Actually,
this is a kit. Comes in a really nice package here. So I'll back up a little bit so you can see. Comes in a nice hard plastic case. Okay. You know, this is a safety tool as well. So it's a complete kit. It's a service kit, but it's also a safety kit as well. So great product, and there's a big demand for this, especially in the northern states in the colder months.
Excellent. Yeah, and the colder months, you know, his story, you know, says it all. You know, he almost jackknifed and ran into a state trooper, so it could have went very badly. But luckily, you know, he created this really cool new tool that is, like John said, a safety type device. So, so next, as far as products that we wanted to cover, is the brand new poly-coated gauges. And again, the brake releaser is coming into Grainger. We actually have, scrolling down below, the Grainger SKU that is assigned to it, but it's not active just yet. So you might want to write that down. Before you know it, winter will be upon us, and you'll have customers that will be needing this. So you might want to start talking to them about them fairly soon here, or maybe, you know, in the next couple of months or so. So again, next up though, poly-coated gauges. These will be coming soon to Grainger as well. So why don't you tell us a little bit about those?
Sure. This is, you know, one of our flagship products, the 986 service gauge. And this version, the poly-coated version, just creates a more tacky surface with a grip that you can, you can get a better grip in moist environments where there's oil and lubricant present. Just like I said, like our standard 986, but it's got the poly-coated finish on it, and this is a gauge that's made in the USA by American workers. So in addition to that, another product that they're fully merchandising with us is the 986 BNT. We made this for one of our large customers. It's specifically designed for the inner dualies. It's got a slight bend, okay, so that you can access those inner dualies on your fleets much easier than you would otherwise. So a couple of really nice gauges that we have coming fully available to you.
Excellent. And when it comes to the poly, I'm holding one here too, where it's kind of like the truck bed liner in a way, where it's got a little bit of a texture to it. So like John said, if it's wet or anything like that, you'll have better grip. So really cool new products there coming very soon to Grainger. So next, we want to talk about the shocket sets. So I'm going to pull up wrong view. I'm going to pull up this sell sheet for it. It's kind of small, but this will basically show you that there's a variety of kits. And basically what these are, well, why don't you tell us, John?
Sure.
You know better than I do.
Thank you, James.
Although I can see the applications because I'm thinking back when I was mechanic.
You've been there.
So,
you've been there. And
yeah.
I've seen some tight engine compartments myself. So,
oh, yeah.
And that's what this tool is designed for. This tool is, it comes with a punch. So you plug this right into the socket and connect it to an air hammer. And basically it uses hypersonic vibration in order to loosen those frozen or really tight couplers, fittings, fasteners, pulleys, nuts and bolts. There's just an endless applications for this tool, mainly in heavy duty tight applications. So you're looking at aerospace, heavy duty manufacturing, agricultural equipment repair, construction, oil and gas, mining, all these industries. There's going to be a demand for this product. So we wanted to bring awareness to it, show some of the functionality, give you guys an idea that, you can see these opportunities lining up with your customers now that this tool is available. This is a patented design product. So, there's a lot of features to this. I'm not going to, hit you with all of them right now, but I want you guys to be aware of this because there's more opportunities than you'd think for these shocket sets. So I'm happy to help and assist. If anybody has any questions, there's a very good video online showing this tool in use. So reach out if you see any opportunities or have any questions. More than happy to help.
And at the very end of the episode, we'll pop up John's contact information as well as myself. That way you could reach out to either of us if you have any further questions regarding the products that you see here today. Now, when it comes to the shocket, this was something that was a part of LTI, correct?
That's correct.
So when they acquired LTI is when LTI Tools, that is when they had the shocket set. And a pneumatic air hammer, any tool with a pneumatic air hammer, I could already feel my ears vibrating from that because they're very loud and noisy tools, but they're necessary when it comes to fleet and vehicle maintenance. And I definitely see the applications when it comes to that tool. So really cool. Coming soon to Grainger. I think we have a couple of the SKUs plugged in on the ticker down below, scrolling across the bottom of the screen. All right, so next we want to talk about inflator gauges. So we have a variety of different inflator gauges coming into Grainger. So why don't you talk a little bit about those?
Sure. I brought a couple in to show you guys. This is a large bore. This is the inflator. This is a 578A, and it's a high quality product, 250 psi hose on it, made in the USA product. This is going to be available to you guys. We're really excited about that. This is a very popular product with us. In addition to that, Grainger is fully merchandising the 580E inflator gauge, and this is the most accurate gauge on the market. So, military, racing, European applications, you're going to be able to get to a 0.05 psi accuracy. So, like I said, most accurate gauge, on the market. Milton, we're happy that they're offering this. We're happy that they're bringing it on. We're going to see a lot of success with this product. So, as I said before, any questions on it, happy to help. We have a lot to support the Grainger sales team with, and looking forward to doing so.
Can you show in the camera the detachable ends on the Precision there? So this is a really cool feature that they have, where it's an actual kit that has multiple ends to it. And as you saw, it's basically got a quick disconnect coupler to it, where you can change it out from a straight foot to, a large bore to, just a handful that come with it. And another cool feature, besides the precision accuracy that it has, it's also got a little flashlight built into it too. That way, if you're inflating tires in the dark, you have a little button to push, and the digital screen, it actually will change just like your cell phone, depending on the orientation of it. So if you have it horizontal, the screen will display the pressure rating horizontally. If you're holding it more vertically, it'll change to that too. So really cool new product. And if you could hold up the other gauge too, I want to talk about my favorite thing about this. Now this gauge here, we have a couple of them going into Grainger, but you'll see it's liquid filled. So it's got a liquid in it to help ensure the accuracy of this gauge. That way it doesn't get damaged as it gets thrown around a shop, like what I always did. I always would slide my inflator gauges underneath cars to the other side. And this thing is heavy duty. It's also got a really nice pressure relief valve too, that's in a perfect position for your thumb when you're holding it. That way, if you overinflate a tire, you can deflate it very quickly and make sure you're at the proper pressure rating. So really cool new product. And there's a couple of other gauges that are coming into Grainger as well, but we don't have time to go through everything coming into Grainger. So just wanted to talk about some of their more higher performing, higher selling items. So keep checking Grainger.com to see what's coming soon as things become live on Grainger.com. So one other thing that we wanted to highlight, well, the camera took a while to engage there. So one other thing that we wanted to talk about was your brand new valve core removal tool. So what's so unique about your valve core removal tool? I already know the answer to this, but
yeah, it's got multiple uses. So it's a valve stem puller, an installation tool, and a tire valve core remover. So this is part number 449R, and this is another product that's multiple uses, and it's going to be fully merchandised with Grainger here and fully available to you guys. So another nice product from Milton.
Now, what I didn't even know when you first talked to me about this product, probably almost a year ago or so, I didn't even know that it had a valve core removal tool in the bottom of the handle. And when you mentioned that to me, I was like, really? And I looked at it. Sure enough, it's got a valve core removal tool. So valve core is part of the valve stem for a tire. And basically, that is what allows the air to go in and not out. It's a one-way check valve. But when you remove it, it allows air to freely come in and out. So really cool tool there. And what I like about it too, the ones that I grew up using were aluminum. And this one is made of like a high density polymer of some sort. where you don't have to worry about it scratching rims
Correct.
of vehicles.
Another feature.
And when with the aluminum one, you would, but it's also got notches in it, so you have a good grip to it. But also, if you need to use the rim as leverage, the rim can actually kind of fit in one of those notches and kind of steady it. So really cool, really well thought new product that's coming to Grainger very, very soon. And in case you're watching this video in the future, we keep saying these products are coming soon. It is June 23rd. So, you know, if you're watching this in August, September, October, these products might be live already. So, so awesome. Thank you for going through all of that. Now, with all of these acquisitions that you guys have made, as we mentioned, any of these products from LTI or Z-Line, you know, any of these other brands, you can get through Grainger sourcing. Just tell them that it's for Milton, and you know, the person that handles Milton sourcing RFQs, they will be able to handle the Pro Max, the what was the S one, the most recent
Stack.
Sorry, they just acquired it like a month ago. So, so yeah, so you could always go through Grainger sourcing. And one other product, we're not going to show anything, but you wanted to talk about hose reels.
Yeah.
So these are not in Grainger's system, but you could go through Grainger sourcing. We would like to get them into Grainger and have them be on Grainger.com. But why don't you talk about these hose reels and what's so special about these hose reels that you got?
Sure. And like I mentioned before, you know, with Z-Line, you know, a variety of different hose reels for oil and grease and lubricants. But on the air side, we have our stainless steel hose reels. And these are nice because not only the stainless steel aspect, but you know, you're able to enter into food grade environments, other corrosive environments where moisture is present, marine environments, and other manufacturing environments where, you know, there may be other chemicals involved. So a lot of opportunities for these stainless steel hose reels. And one thing about these is they're fully customizable to your customer's needs. So you can get these in 25, 35, and 50 foot hose lengths. And you can choose from EPDM hose, which is pretty standard and widely known, but we also have the ULR hose, which is the highest performing hose on the market. Kink resistant, oil resistant, heat resistant, comes with a 10-year warranty. And, you know, your customers are going to really see a difference, you know, when they go with the ULR. So keep that in mind. You know, I'm here to help. If you have any questions, there's a lot of opportunity for these stainless steel hose reels. And you know, I want to partner with you guys and you know, helping be a success for your customers. And, you know, like I always say, I'm here to help if anyone needs it. And anything I can do for you guys, please let me know.
Awesome. And they got a lot more hose reels too, not only stainless steel, but they have other ones as well. A variety of different hose sizes, lengths, kind of like what John said, very customizable. So depending on your customer's needs, most likely Milton has a solution for them. So now one last thing, well, a couple more things. We have a lot of items that are currently in Grainger's system, but they're kind of hidden. They're in what's called an R4 status. So no matter if it's pneumatic air couplers, plugs, other tire inflator gauges, FRLs, just pretty much the entire assortment that Milton has to offer are hidden in this R4 status. So if you have a customer that is interested in a specific item, there could be a chance that it actually has a Grainger SKU assigned to it. So at the end, I will play our contact info. You could always reach out to us and we'll give you the Grainger SKU that's assigned to it if one is assigned to it. Otherwise, you would have to go through Grainger sourcing. Do you have anything else to add to that?
Nope.
So last time that I checked, I think there was about 800 SKUs that are in this R4 status. It might be more, it might be less now. I'm not sure what the current number is, but it's a lot. There's a lot of Milton items that you cannot find unless you know the manufacturer model number and or the Grainger SKU that's assigned to it. So the one last thing that we wanted to cover here, that is, and actually I forgot to pull up the precision cell sheet when we were talking about it. That's my bad, but it is what it is. Actually, I'm going to switch our screen here too. That way it shows the QR code. If you scan this QR code, it'll take you to a variety of websites that you can take a look at our products on Grainger.com, Milton's products, Z-Line's products on Grainger.com, the Milton website, the LTI website, and I think there was one other, maybe the ProMax website, I think. But anyway, scan the QR code. That way you can check out more resources that are available to you. And now we'll get on to the last thing, and that is upcoming trade shows for the rest of the year. What are some that you're coming to soon that people can check you out and learn more about your products with you?
Sure. We will be represented at SEMA this year. So if anyone's heading there, please look us up, stop by the booth. More than happy to chat with you guys. And I'll be there. They're not having it this year, but the Fab Tech show in Chicago, downtown at McCormick Place, we'll be doing that next year. So I'll be representing there. So, but we hope to see you guys at SEMA. It'd be really nice to see some of you guys if in fact you will be attending.
Awesome. And that is in September?
Yeah, I believe so.
And then,
October or September.
Yeah, it's always near the beginning of fall. And then Fab Tech, you said, is next year. Is that January?
That is fall too, I believe, September.
Okay. So you have a couple shows upcoming, and actually, I think I remember Jonathan with Z-Line talking about Fab Tech. So will Z-Line be in the same booth as Milton, or are you guys going to have separate booths?
Yeah, we'll probably combine them. Okay, we'll keep you guys updated.
Awesome. So make sure you stop by the Milton and Z-Line booth if you're attending those shows. Talk to whoever may be there. John may or may not be in those booths, but talk to whoever. Tell them that you saw the solution selling show, and we told you to stop by. That way you could see these products, you can feel them, you can see the quality that these products are, because I feel them and see them all the time, but you guys don't. So you can definitely tell that you're purchasing a high quality product with Milton. So with that all said, just wanted to do a quick little plug-in for next week's solution selling show. So that will be Mark Winters and myself, both with Rowe-Thrush, and we'll be doing a Independence Day special. So next Friday, June 30th, that's my daughter's birthday, and we'll be doing a special Made in USA where we'll be featuring all of our suppliers that manufacture in the United States. I think it's like 75% of their offering or more is manufactured, because sometimes products are manufactured elsewhere. But Milton will be featured on that for a short bit, as well as many other suppliers of ours. So make sure you check that out next Friday, June 30th, 2 p.m. Central Time. With that all said, John, do you have any closing words, final thoughts that you want to say to everybody before we close up?
Sure. I would just like to first, thanks for the opportunity to bringing me in. I appreciate that. The partnership between us has been great. And the same with Grainger. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for your efforts to sell on value. I understand how difficult of a process that is sometimes. And that's why I always say that I'm here to support you and provide whatever you need to, make yourself a success with our products. Please reach out anytime. And like I said, thanks again for the efforts out there, guys. I really do appreciate it. And I hope to hear from you.
Excellent. And we'll be putting in the contact info. So hope you all have a great weekend. Hope you have a great weekend too, John. Thank you for coming in again.
My pleasure.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.